All right, welcome into a new episode of Keeping Up with Snead State Athletics. And due to a holiday and everything, we skipped last week, Coach, but now we're back in. Martin Luther King Day, had a great day that day, and you guys were not here for me to do the show, and I wasn't working that day. I was having to do a tournament. So we're back in the saddle today, so to speak. Catch us up in the last 2 weeks, Coach. What all's been going on? You guys are sitting at 13-7.
13-7. So the week of the last time we talked, I think, was a Monday. We had just been over to play Huntington. So we only had one game during the week that week. We lost a really tough one at home to Coastal North. It was 63-62, came down to the last seconds. Probably didn't play our best game, but didn't play bad. It was a solid game. They're number one now. We're right behind them, one game behind them. A team that we'll have to beat probably to win it, but after playing them that night, they're obviously, good enough to beat us, but I think we're good enough to beat them. So it'll be, there's more teams than just us and them, but I think, by the records and all that, we're the top two. We didn't get to play but one game last week because the commissioner canceled all Monday games because the South was kind of worried about the weather, and some of them were looking to cancel, and he didn't think it'd be fair for some teams to play, some teams not, and get backed up on their schedule. So all Monday games last week got canceled, which was MLK Day.
Yeah.
So we were fortunate enough that we got to play Thursday. I think there were only 2 games that got played that night because a lot of the teams in their division are in the South.
Gotcha.
And we did get to play. We played Marion. We won. I was a little worried about it. We've got sickness going through our team like crazy. I mean, flu, just whatever. I mean, like
if it's out there, y'all got
zero energy, like can barely, And Marion is a team that started out really slow because they had 3 of their top players wasn't eligible for a semester due to grades or transfer, whatever, hours where they came from. So they had just got their guys back. They were playing really well, winning games, scoring a bunch of points. Really worried about the game just because we wasn't 100%, nowhere near 100%. And we started out, we were getting beat 13-2, and our guys on their face are like, they'd rather be back in the bed.
Yeah.
And it was a home game, and called timeout. I was really worried about it, and somehow it started clicking. And by halftime, we were up 13.
Wow.
We ended up winning 101-85. And that team we played was very talented. But it started really clicking for us. We played really well. Gave them the next 2 days off, hopefully to get healthy. We practiced last night. Still got a couple. One's not playing tonight for sure. The other one will be how he feels today. He didn't practice last night. So we'll just see. We go to Chattahoochee Valley tonight. So hopefully in the next week we'll start getting healthy. It's when you got 14 guys living in the dorms, if one gets sick, it seems like all of them get sick.
That's right.
And it's tough to get over.
Sword with a dorm.
Yeah, it's tough to get over. But I'd rather it all happen. Like, we were fortunate probably that we didn't play Monday. I was wanting to go play because we don't want to get into a situation. Basically, we got 4 weeks to play 8 games. If you get into a situation where you got to play 10 in 4 weeks, then you got to start doing 3 in a week, and you don't have as much preparation, and you get worn down.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a different thing. And then like days like today when you travel, road trip wise, can you talk us through that? Someone may not know what you guys go through on a road trip.
Yeah, it'll be 3 hours, 15 minutes to get to CVCC. That's about an average trip. We have some that are 4.5 hours, some that are 2. So, we put this right in the middle. We would be taking one of the Snead bus today. Normally, if we go over 3.5 hours, we do a charter bus so men and women go together.
Gotcha.
So today, the women will be leaving at 10 o'clock on vans to go.
Gotcha.
We'll be taking the Snead bus. When we go to Selma later on, which we were supposed to do Selma last week, we'll take vans and the women will take the bus.
Gotcha.
When we go to Enterprise and Monroeville, which are 4-hour trips, we'll do a charter bus, and nobody had to worry about driving because I wouldn't say much longer. It's about an hour longer to go to those places. So, we'll be leaving at 12 o'clock today. When we get to where we're going, we like to eat and then get over, hopefully the girls are between first and second quarter around that time. Give our guys time to sit in the bleachers and see the game for a few minutes, and then go dress at halftime and to kind of get ready mentally to play from that point on. But we'll leave at 12 today. We'll get home at midnight tonight.
Gotcha.
And there'll be some trips.
They gotta go to school tomorrow.
Yeah. Them and me. I'll have
to go to work.
I'll have to be doing bus duty at 7 o'clock in the morning over at my school. So, yeah, it's a grind. When the state kind of went to Division I, Division II, most of the teams that we play now are longer road trips. Used to. Our pre-conference games are closer games now. So like Wallace, Gadsden, Calhoun, those are all an hour to 2 hours. Now all of our conference games are 2.5 to 4.5 hour drives.
Gotcha.
So the ones that mean the most seem like we have to travel the most far.
Well, anything else this week you'd like to talk about? I know you got any time frame. They said they're going to make those games up that was on Monday?
Yeah, so the games we missed on Monday, they actually moved to, so we were supposed to finish on a Thursday, and I don't remember what the exact date that was, but so after we play that Thursday, we're going to play the following Monday, and then our conference tournament will be that same weekend.
Gotcha.
It'll be like a Friday, Saturday thing. So we'll play Monday, last regular season game, and then conference tournament will start, I think, that week.
Okay.
So they just moved it back to where, he wanted to do it where everybody played on the same day to make it fair, because, some teams will, well, this is the only day we can play. Well, we got a game here, so the commissioner just said, okay, this is when we're playing it. So I was, can't be more fair than that.
Yeah, wipe the slate clean.
But the way it worked out is kind of odd. So you go through the schedule one time, and then after you finish playing everybody, you start it over. That's how the schedule works. So it just so happened that Selma was the number 8 game, which is the last game on our, on our list.
Right.
So now we're going to play them the last game, and then we're going to turn around and play them again.
So it's Selma.
Selma. We'll play them Thursday, Monday. So we'll play them at home on Thursday, and then turn around and play them at home on their place on Monday.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird. I had Greg Seitz on the other day at the Calhoun County tournament. He's talking about their challenges, having to give up their gym, kind of like you.
Oh, yeah.
Similar challenges. He said in Conference USA, it's very similar. Very simple with them. Their scheduling. If their boys are playing at home,
their girls are on the road. I noticed that because one of our yeah. So I noticed
they're at that place.
I noticed. So like I keep up with as many teams that I'm a big Alabama fan, so I don't miss them. If we're gone, I record them, watch them, that kind of stuff. But I follow UNA. I got a player at UNA right now. I was following Alabama State because I had a player at Alabama State, but he's out for the year. Follow a lot of the D2s and NAIs that we have players for. But New Mexico State has one of our former players on it, Zodie Jackson. And they played Jacksonville this week. Well, I just happened to see the other day that JSU's women's coach just got his 400th win, and it was against New Mexico State at home. And I thought, wait a second. I thought JSU was playing at New Mexico State. So I've realized that if the men are on the road, the women are at home playing the same team. I guess it makes it easier for them to keep up with. It kind of does
if you look at the overall spectrum of it.
But JSU did beat them. I saw Rosati. He came. He played for us the year before COVID happened.
Right.
No, I take that back. The year after COVID, had a great season. Went to West Georgia. Was the D2 player of the year in the South, and then he went to New Mexico State. He's starting point guard, having a good year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so I'm sure he's one of those that'll get a year back because he played a year at JUCO. So he'll actually get a year back. He got pretty good NIL money. So yeah, he's having a great life right now.
That's good. That's good for these athletes.
Yeah, and then my guy over at UNA, they had a big win. They actually beat Lipscomb on Thursday, and then beat Austin Peay on Saturday. I was able to watch both those on ESPN+.
If you're a high school kid, it seems like it makes it tougher to get a scholarship, but actually it's better for them guys to come to y'all.
It can be, yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer now.
This is my 12th year here. I've done this is my 9th year as the head coach. And it's changed so much.
Yeah. So
much. When I first took the job, you had kids that couldn't qualify for Division I academically. And, we would really work on those kids hard that were right below qualifying. But now there's really not any qualifications when it comes to ACT tests and that. So basically, if you've got a 2-3 in your core classes, you're an NCAA qualifier. So We don't.
There's no more 18.
There's no more. There's no more. Qualifier or whatever. They're just about all qualified. So what we try to, and we did this then too. We're trying to find those kids that are getting recruited maybe at NAIA or D3 level, but they think they can play D2, or they're getting recruited at the D2 level, and they think if I go junior college, I might can get recruited D1, or they're getting a D2 offer, but it's 7 hours away or 8 hours away, and they'd rather stay in state because talent-wise, we're right on par with all the D2s. We just don't have the age and experience that those schools have.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense.
But the transfer portal and the COVID years and all that have just thrown recruiting into a crazy mess. I mean, kids that we have are getting signed, but we have to work so hard to get schools because they're not looking for anybody, because they just wait for the transfer portal and see what's out there, and then after that trickles through, then they're like, okay, well, we got one, So everybody's kind of been a waiting game every year. They're not signing guys early. They're not getting out to gyms and that kind of stuff. And I'm not criticizing. I mean, they're taking guys that are already playing at that level, and but now this new junior college rule for these kids that are seniors academically in NCAA, I'm happy for them. I mean, the more chances they have, the better with the ones that play junior college. But, like Columbus State had told me, Coach, we're losing 9-10 guys. We're going to be after some of your guys this year. Well, now this new ruling's happened. They're not going to lose them because those guys play junior college, so they get another year. So that's the sophomores in junior college right now may suffer a little bit because there's not going to be as many spots open. So everything trickles down, but you adjust, you figure, you got connections and you work and get guys. We've had a lot of coaches, coming in since we've been, good this year and recruiting our guys. So it's all going to work out.
That's good. Well, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us, and looking forward to being back here. And good luck to you guys coming up this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.